Hey everybody, welcome to Settlement Survival. Now, details on the playthrough will be down in the description. Just having a quick overview of the map. We do have some animals nearby, and we do have some mounds for actually doing some, I believe it was farming on those tiles. Then we've got some fishing kind of up this way. This is going to be a semi-extreme with a few modifications playthrough, and with that, let's get building. So I do want to do some things right off the bat. I know it's been probably around, if I had to guess, it's been around 4 months since I played, and I know a lot has changed in that time, so I want to kind of, do some adjustments and try to actually play the game maybe a little bit different. 5 technology points. I saw in the setup that it's now, instead of limiting the amount of tech points to start with, it's limiting how much tech you get at a time. So on easy, I believe it's like 120%, and on hard extreme, it's 80%. So it looks like instead they just set everybody with a standard 5 tech points to begin with. Let's grab tents. We're going to start with tents, and then we're going to make the progression. I actually think that's an interesting way of doing the game, and maybe would go a little bit more with what would actually happen. I do think that we'll want research institutions relatively early, but maybe not quite yet. And then mines, I think we want the sand mine for clay relatively early, and the sawmill. Let's get the sawmill right now, seeing as how it's considerably better than the chopping house, at least in the previous build. I don't know if it currently is. And then as for agricultural, I'm going to say let's get compost, farm, and the farming efficiency for the 100% sowing and harvesting. And then I kind of want to make my way down to the foresting farm and herbal knowledge. But that's enough about that. Let's start actually getting this show on the road. So I want to start kind of framing out my block here. So let's get a tent right here, and let's get everybody kind of constructing that. And I only need one to make sure that people don't get cold, but I do want to start getting down some standard fields. And now we have standard farms and as well. Okay, that must be the level 2. I think that it was something else in the past. Store down those farms. We got people freezing already. That's what I was worried about, and we got to get water down relatively quickly. There's our sawmill. We'll do that after the water. Let's do a big well right here. Now that tent's down, now that the farms are up and going, we start with tomatoes. Tomatoes are very possibly one of my favorite, depending on what you consider it, fruits or vegetables. I consider them a fruit. I consider them a berry. They're very possibly one of my favorite. So I'm happy that I started with that. We've got what looks like buffalo right here. So I want to get a hunter really quick. So let's plan the hunter right there, and let's do a pretty big harvest of some, not everything, but just plants, just to try to get a lot of food stored up until we get to harvest. All right, let's do a gather all. Let's gather the iron there. Let's gather the stone and iron there. And then we'll gather a lot of trees just kind of in the area. And with that, let's get a few more tents down. 15 people. We're probably going to need 6 tents in total. And we'll get a couple more tents. Not houses, a couple more tents up there. And maybe we'll do a couple down here once those are finished. Food looks like it's okay. And that's the well. Excellent, excellent. So we're making some progress here. I'm always a little leery about the first episode of a new series because it's a lot slower. So I'm always worried about that progression, about being slower. And I think by going with tents instead of going with houses, I think it gives them the opportunity to actually do a little bit more. Ooh, we have an event down here. Event alcohol triggered. Although drinking can improve one's mood, too much drinking can lead to drunkenness. Last night, a citizen drank too much and fell into the river. Fortunately, he was not injured, but woke up and suddenly found a bag of silver coins. We should definitely investigate it. They investigated along the river and discovered a bunch of goods floating. And we got some cutlery and some silver coins. I'm not sure what good cutlery is. That might be an item that we can sell. So pasture will be next on the agenda. Let's get a 8x8 right there. I don't know if it matters which way I place it, so we'll just throw it down. I think I meant to build some actual houses over there, but that's okay. Because once this hunter's done, if we can get this calf, now it looks like we have some buffalo and turkey there and some deer there. So we might be in good shape for this episode. 4 tents. We still have 3 homeless people. Let's get a tent there and a tent there. Hopefully that's enough. All right. Iron and stone are kind of still in rough shape, and we've got to actually let them get it because we're going to need, in order to get this sawmill, we're going to need stone would be my guess. So yeah, taking a look right there looks good. It will actually be really really good because we'll be able to have houses really close and they can just walk right over. Looks like we're maintaining on our food and our hunter is finally ready. And look at that. Immediately we got some goose feathers and some goose meat. That is tasty. I've never had goose. So if anybody's had goose, let me know down in the description how it tastes. Once we get the sawmill built, I think we're going to want to get a chapel and a clinic. Let's do the clinic right there. New livestock acquired. Buffalo was found by the hunter. So let's go ahead and get the buffalo there. I was hoping for alpaca, but we'll take buffalo because that will get us close probably, hopefully by next episode. And probably what's going to happen is I'm probably going to have to build pastures this size to get more pastures up and going, basically. Let's pick up the research institution just so we don't lock ourselves out there. And then under the trade, let's go ahead and pick up the sand mine so we can start getting clay. And it looks like they're starting to clear cut all the woods, which is good. We do have a bit of laborers left, and I want a farm probably right here for the future. And what we'll do is once this is built, we'll just cap it off so they can't actually work there. Get a road that way. And what will probably happen is I'll probably turn off these farms and replace them with standard farms, because I believe you can put fertilizer in the standard farms versus the standard fields. I don't think you can. They are starting to build the sawmill, and we have just a touch more fuel. So we've got to rush that. That's concerning. It looks like the clinic is also getting going, which is good because we have 2 injured people. Hebe, who has a fractured foot. Catherine has a ankle sprain. Got to get these done quickly. Got to get the clinic done quickly, and then we can start on the next thing for the build. Is we're probably getting ready for our church, so you can make sure that it's not anything else. Yeah, just buffalo and just tomatoes. Let's get a tent there for the future. And probably when we get to probably somewhere around 30 people, we'll look at reactivating the market and starting to switch over to houses. But at the moment, I just want to use the cheapness of the tent to kind of make things happen. And it's a race between them. 70 and 71. Yeah, they are like just hand in hand kind of going there. Can't get it done too quick. I'm worried that we're going to have people freezing this winter, and that would kind of be game over. All right, let's get domestic fuel, 10 timber to 20 domestic fuel. That's good. Looks like it also has the ability to make planks underneath and I'm thinking since we're using tents, let's go ahead and bump this up to 300, maybe 400 to get that a little bit better, and let's bring roads right over to it. We're out of wood, out of fuel. That was bad timing. Let's switch that over. Let's go ahead and shut this one down, and I think we've got to clear out a little bit more trees, and we're just going to fell just trees. We're going to have to watch people pretty closely to make sure they don't get cold. New tech point. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab the next thing on the list there. So I believe it was agricultural. Let's get the apiary, and we'll start working our way down to the forester farm there. Food looks like it's good. It looks like we actually did a pretty good job there, and we'll probably do a gathering of the plant just to try to get seeds as soon as we pass above freezing. So we'll grab those, let them get that all collected up. So we have to unlock the dock manually now in order to trade with merchant ships. All right, let's do the next set of trees. So let's grab this area right here. Let's grab this area right here. And I don't think there's anybody else that I can throw onto the actual gathering of things. Let's halt this. I don't think we need the plants for the moment because food's good. Guess what we could do, because we're not building, we could go ahead and pause the builder, get the 2 extra people there. I do not know what my people are doing. Oh, it looks like they're starting to cut down trees. Okay. This is good. This is good. Maybe we take everybody off the watermill since we've got some fuel accumulating, use them to kind of get more stuff done. We can get our church up and going. 80 wood. So that's going to take a chunk of change. Yeah, like right there looks good. And let's go ahead and throw the dirt road this way to kind of bring it all together. Let's get rid of this one right here so we can get it replaced with an actual farm. And maybe we throw the next farm, do a standard farm right here. Should do it right there because of the boost. That's funny. Part of it is under the mountain, so can't even do it. So we'll do one there. And what do we have? We have 6 people. Let's go ahead and get our research institution. I don't know that I want it there. It's a little too close because I want storage there. Maybe we do it on this side over here. Let's go right there. And maybe we take a look at mine sooner than what I was initially anticipating there. All right, let's get this reenacted. Get some people hired back up. And we've got a decent amount of wood. So let's go ahead and get our builders hired back up so we can get the church up and going and get our happiness a little bit further under control. In the agriculture, let's let's grab the grove. Not that we have anything to grow in it yet. We are starting to get feathers and some leather in. I was hoping they would go after whatever the animal was, and I don't think that we picked up another animal. Just want to make sure, yeah, no other animals. And then we have blueprints down here. I don't know what the blueprints are. I don't remember if that was in the game before or not, as a lot of things have just changed recently. Need more stone, so let's get that queued up before we hit the winter. Go ahead and pick up those, and we'll go ahead and prioritize them. We're gonna have to get a blacksmith down, if I had to guess, within the next year. And what else do we have in here? Because we have a new sand pit. Let's plan for that to be here, and let's go ahead and just pause it for the moment so they don't build it. I might move it a little closer now that I think about it. And yeah, let's do that. Let's we'll go ahead and go right close as we can. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go ahead and pause that. We have a trade ship, not that we have anything to trade with them, and that should be enough stone to get the church up and going. So let's go ahead and halt this up here. Try to keep them closer to home. I can wait on the research institution till next year. This one's done, so let's go ahead and demo that and get this one switched over to tomatoes. And maybe we'll get, as we have one child, hey, one child is better than none. Maybe we'll look at doing another one over here soon. Kind of low on labors, and that's going to be the thing. And since we've got kids getting born, we probably have some laborers that are not educated for the moment. So I'm gonna temp in right here our school, and I'm gonna pause that as well, just as a reminder that that's what I want to build there. I'm just worried that if we gather trees too far away that people are gonna freeze. We're January, so we're almost to that safe spot, and then I want to start felling trees again for the next year. So as soon as we pass a little bit further above freezing, 32 is above freezing, but I want to be a little warmer than that. Let's grab those trees. Let's grab these trees. That should push more into the research institution, which should get us some more tech points. Now that we have some more kids, I do want to get another standard field down. Let's do standard field. We'll do the standard farm, not the standard field right there. Let the builders build that, and then I'll go ahead and clean up some of the roads here, and then we've got an event to go through. So let's kind of see what it triggered. A young lumberjack was tending to the tree around the lumberyard. We don't have a lumberyard. I think they're confused. As usual, when they found several crooked trees that were not suitable for further processing to become wood. We could dig them up for decoration, or we could cut them down. My gut tells me that we want them for wood, and part of me says we're going to want to transplant them. Yeah, let's process them for wood. 237 timber. That is a random event well worthwhile. Low firewood, yeah. Let's go ahead and switch this back over to timber, as now we have a little bit, and let's go ahead and reactivate that. No, let's not. I'm getting ahead of myself here because we're low on labors. Church is up and going. Happiness should start to be on the recover here. Field's almost done, and the research institution is almost done. And we just need that hunter to come grab whatever this is. I believe that is a goose. And then we'll have a second animal. And it looks like our buffalo has actually bred out and became a second. Timber. Well, we have some. Let's go ahead and get another pasture, and we'll go right here for it. And we'll just go with another 8x8. I know there's some controversy over going bigger, but for the moment, I just want to start small and kind of feed my way up bigger. And then eventually I'll get some full size ones. I probably won't go bigger than 17x17, but we'll be going for those once we get some production up and going. But I want leather and meat first before I go for full out. No repairman. So that's probably under services, repair shop. And it looks like I have some houses in ill repair. We're going to want to focus on that. And we still have a little bit of wood, so that's good. Probably once we get the repair shop, I'll probably turn off the builder shop for a moment and then let the kids get adult, and then I'll come back and get the school. With that, let's grab this iron before the actual end of year, and we've got another tech point. So let's go ahead and grab the nursery. We'll probably do herbal knowledge before forestry, and if I had to guess, that will probably happen between episodes. So we'll probably actually start out the next episode either picking those up or they'll already be done. This storage looks full. Let's get a storage over here. We'll just go something like this. You know what? Let's put it on this side over here, and we'll go like that. maybe we'll put one on this side now that I'm thinking about it. And what we'll do is we'll do a road this way and then connect it over. And then we'll put another storage there as well. Let's try that again. Builders are going. And with that, our actual tech institution is done. Our builder's done. We have no town hall, so they're going to complain. Let's get our builder shut off to kind of get our people back. And then I'm going to have to probably add in a couple of houses. Yeah. So since we've got our 2 laborers back, let's go ahead and get the water mill going again. We'll only put 1. I think that will kind of get us on edge there. Let's go ahead. Since we don't have another type of animal yet, let's go ahead and shut off that to try to keep our laborers at 2. And we're just going to kind of try to pocket things like that where we try to build ahead in times. Food's a little bit low, but I think we're getting ready for the harvest, and I think that will take care of itself. And I think this is a good spot to go ahead and call this episode. I'd like to thank you guys for joining. We're probably going to come back around year 5, and then we're going to do a little bit heavier cutting. The first episode's always a little bit slower. Thank you for joining, and we will see you in the next episode.